Hey everyone, it's Kino here. We're going to take a look at Kasyapasana. This is a really deep leg behind the head posture. This is the third posture of the third series. It's named after the sage Kasyapa, so that means it's a really deep, energetically awakening posture. So proceed calmly because there is some danger inside of your knees if you don't externally rotate your hip gently. So we'll start off on the right side, and normally in the practice you would have jumped through, so you'd be starting off in this position. Now, the key to Kasyapasana is to relax your hip joint. So you notice what I just did? I moved my leg from parallel position into external rotation. So let's talk about external rotation of the hip joints. What you need to feel is that your knee points to the side and that deep down in the center of the pelvis, you feel this rolling motion all the way under. So you feel this kind of scooping under and around. Now the first thing that you'll notice is that there's a natural lean back as this happens. So pause here for a moment and reach under, bringing your chest close to your shin. And then we're going to move the leg into external rotation all the way around the head. So point your right toes, soften your right hip joint. Inhale, exhale, bring it all the way around. Pause here for a moment. Then hold on, get your left hand to your right foot. Hold on nice and tight here. This is the key. We're going to bring the foot across the line of the body. Wiggle your head and pull. Wiggle the head, look up, shoulder forward, pull. Get over as far as you can with your toes, and then look up strongly with your head. Take your hands to the floor and slowly move back and back. Now there are two ways to do Kasyapasana. I'm going to show you the first. You're going to lean all of your weight onto the left side, lifting your right hip off of the ground, and take your hands into prayer position. So this is the way to emphasize the strength because you're sucking the belly in. Be conscious of what's happening in the low belly. So you want to really look at what's happening in the low belly. Keep it nice and sucked in because this is one of the things that often happens. The belly starts to come out. This has to stay really sucked in. Then, hands in prayer, drop your head back and look up. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. So your weight is pitched over to the left side. Now you'll notice that the right knee is off of the ground. Now to get the right knee onto the ground, you can either stretch your right hip joint more, but what often happens is that the left leg pops off of the ground. So you kind of have a choice, right knee down or left leg down. If you have any knee issues, I recommend the version with the knee down because when your knee is on the floor, it's nice and safe. Keep your left leg as straight as possible. Avoid bending your knee, otherwise you're going to pitch too much weight back. So you reach forward. Now, to come out of the posture, bring your leg only a little bit up and then inhale, roll all the way up. Traditionally, you jump back, but I want to show you the other side. So let's just pop all the way out and stretch out the leg. You pause for a moment, you can really feel there's a little different sensation in both hip joints. That's cool, we're going to even it out. So starting off on the left side, like you just jumped through, keep the belly sucked in, then easy external rotation of your hip joint. Don't force the external rotation, it's easy in the beginning. Then use the space that you create. Round the back while keeping the belly sucked in, get the gliding motion in the ball and socket of the left hip joint, then reach the head forward and gently pull. Head forward and pull. So it's with the right hand that you're pulling across the center line of the body. Reach over, over, over. Then look up. Test it out. Make sure you're nice and stable. Orient forward. Your right leg is super strong. And then with the power of your pelvic floor, slowly roll back. When you feel that your weight is in your right leg, then take your hands in prayer and be real conscious of what's happening in the low belly. Remember, this has to stay strongly sucked in. Point your left toes and look up. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Make sure the belly stays nice and sucked in. Your weight is rolling on to the right side. Then, with the power of your pelvic floor, slowly let your left hip joint release, 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 and maybe it's possible to get your left knee onto the ground as your right leg stays straight. So those two together is the ideal version of the posture. Your left knee down as your right leg is straight. This is a deep opening in the center of the pelvis. Then inhale, lift your leg only as much as you need to pop all the way up. And this is Kasyapasana. Do this with conscious intention as part of your practice and your hip joints will open.